You'd love to see what's under the covers, so I was just getting ready to button all this up, and I happened to think I never showed my torque converter installation with this big block 301 in the stock frame yet, and I thought it might be worth something to show. So I just got the 10 tooth on it, and it's a 30 series. Yeah, it's not a 40, but this is just something I bought off I think I bought it off of eBay or Amazon. I can't recall for sure. Anywho, I ended up, instead of a lot of people, the back side of the oil, the back filler, they'll hacksaw that out and plug it and do all those things, which is fine to clear this built-in jack shaft on this cover. I opted to waller out the holes a little bit. It wasn't very much. It's aluminum. I did all four. That way, if I want to change engines or whatever, I'm not doing a heavy engine modification. I can use this plate even if this converters or bearings go bad. More than likely, I'm not going to break my plate, but if I do, well, then I can waller those holes out again. But that was the easiest thing for me, and that gained me enough clearance to mount this correctly. Another thing that was interesting that I didn't expect is I had to cut off the stock, I'll show you, the stock torque converter jack shaft, because again, it's not going to fit in there without this being gone. But I knew I was taking a risk, but in doing so, this jack shaft must sit a little bit different, because what happened is I always needed this chain tensioner because it was very relevant during suspension travel. But once I mounted this onto this 301 and put it in here and mounted it where I got it mounted on the stock frame, all of a sudden that chain doesn't change its tension hardly at all through its swing arm suspension range. I've got this on just so I can leave this chain plenty loose. I don't have to ever worry about it. But honestly, it doesn't tighten back up or loosen back up, and it used to do that all the time. So I think the way that ended up, it must be in a different position than this, closer to the swing arm, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And I think if you kind of line it all up, this might be a little bit lower to the swing arm system, and maybe that makes a difference. It's kind of all swinging in the same line there or something. But anyway, I like it. I didn't expect that, but yet there it was. So I took it gladly. I'm also running, like I told you guys, on this driven clutch is my pink springs, which open up way early. They tighten up the belt at about 1800. I take off, and then for this, well, I've got this set on. Looks a little Swiss cheesy here, but I got it set on the. You can't really see it, but it's set on the easiest opening, the quickest opening for flat ground. I drilled 2 extra holes because I was playing with it, but it comes out of the box, I think, in the middle. But this is what I found that I like the best, because I like it to engage everything really quick. Because of this big block, I like the way it feels. It chugs right off. I can feel that cylinder hitting every revolution, and it really it really pulls you back pretty nice. So I'm going to just run it like that. But anyway, I wanted to share that. I'm trying to think what else. I can show you the back side of this shaft, maybe. You can see it. No, you can't really see it. But the original filler is not, I didn't cut it or anything. It's still okay. And the only thing I did is I whacked off the little thumb turn deal on top of that filler check plug. Let me take you back around here. So I just took and I just whacked it off just like this. This is to clear my frame right here. I had to grind just a little bit. And then the engine sets just a little bit proud of that bracket, so I didn't have to grind very much. As you can see, it's kind of sticking out to the outside a little bit. And then I took a hot screwdriver, a straight blade, and I just melted it right into the middle of that. And I went down about an 1/8 inch or so. But now I can just stick a screwdriver in there to loosen that plug up and take it and tighten it back up. And that makes it a whole lot easier anyway. So that was my solution with that. I don't know if you could find worse than that or not, but that's what I'm doing, and it seems to be working pretty good so far. So I just wanted to show you what I did with this 30 series, and yeah, it's working really well. I got many hours on this belt, and honestly, I'm not showing any stringing or getting tore up. So I'm just going to keep running like this and man, see how it goes. So anyway, thanks again. All right, we're getting ready to take out this 301 now electric start. I got it all back together, got it on the ground. I did start it already because I'm not that guy that's going to try to start it when y'all are watching and it needs something else. So I'm going to go out and take it for a ride. I hate to say it, but I don't have an action cam, so it would not do me too well to try to show you guys with me trying to hold this phone, but I am planning on getting an action camera. I can mount to my helmet or my hat or whatever, and we can get some online footage there. Let me go ahead and try to start this while we're here. Let's see, I think I'm ready to roll. I don't have my new light in yet, but I don't care. I need to go ride it. Oh yeah, there we go. Big block warmed up. Oh yeah, keep wanting it. See how quick that engages? Yeah, it don't take very long at all. So, all right, I'm out. I gotta go ride. All right, guys, I'm back from my drive, my ride rather. Hey, ride and drive, right? Anyway, wow, it's working good. I came back. I wanted to show you real quick. The only reason I'm doing this here, I got my go meter on here for DC current, and this is connecting my to my battery cable. So of course in DC they float a little bit, but anyway, let me start this up and I'll show you what I got. I got nothing right now, and then I'm going to have to rev this thing up. I don't think it's going to work for me trying to hold this stupid phone and show you this, but I'll give it a shot. Let's see, maybe if I do it like this. Does that work? Let's see this. It's a little bit loud. I hit the kill switch with my head. Sorry about that, but yeah. Bottom line is, I won't do that again. Bottom line is, I'm only getting about a 1/2 amp, maybe between 1/4 and a 1/2 amp charge. Now, the quandary there is, you guys maybe know, but it's a brand new battery and the battery's charged up. So I was just wondering if that's the case. Would I be getting less amp because the battery doesn't need it? I don't know how that works at this point. There's no regulator on that. So I'm guessing that it's just the coil under rating. So I am going to go back and put those the dual coils on. And I got a rectifier coming through Amazon anyway. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, unimpressed with this. 1/4 to 1/2 amp charge. But you guys tell me, is that because my battery's charged, or should that make a difference? Typically with a car, it seems like when the battery's low, it charges a higher amperage, and then as it charges up, it backs back down. But I don't know how this works. So a question for everybody. So I'm out. All right, hey guys, I just want to get back with you. I got that dual pack coil, that dual coil put back in that came stock with that Jing Dong 6.5 horse, and it bolted right into there. I ran the wires out. I just wanted to show you, this is a stock plug on it. This goes up to the headlight. So I wanted to show you how bright this headlight is stock, so you know the difference what we're talking about here. So let me start this up. It's off the ground, so it's not going anywhere, and I'll show you what I'm talking about. Or not. There we go. It didn't have enough choke on it. Here's the stock headlight. You can see how bright that is. It actually looks brighter on camera than it does in real life. It's pretty yellow and dim. So not much going on there. It helps when I rev it up, but it's still not going down the trail. It's still not very bright. So we're going to switch that over to an LED. But I just wanted to show you. Shut that thing back off. What I'm going to do is attempt to snip these coil wires. There's two of them that came out of there. As I understand it, those are wired in parallel. And I bought this handy dandy regulator rectifier off of Amazon for 10 bucks, I think. Honestly, it was a little bit less. But it's a 4-wire with a plug, which I'm not going to use. And let me show you what I got here with that. I'm going to cut that plug off right before you. And temporarily take this off. But really, what this is you got a green wire and a red wire. This goes to the battery, red wire. Green wire goes to the negative of the battery, or thereabouts. And then simply the two in the middle, yellow and pink, go to these two wires coming off the coil. So that's how we're going to hook it up, as I understand it. That should be a winner chicken dinner, and we should get a full wave bridge rectifier here. We should be getting the battery charged up better and be able to run our LED headlights. So I'm going to hook this up, and I'll just stash this thing somewhere, and I'll get back with you. We'll see what happens. All right, fellow constituents, what I wanted to show you here is partially how I'm going to hook up this regulator rectifier we talked about. I got my two, here it is. I got my two spade connectors on there, the red for a positive and the green for the negative. So what I'm going to do with this positive then, before, if you recall, we used this red wire, whoops, that was sparky. We used this red wire coming off the ignition box for the for the charge, coming off that old that small coil. So I'm going to unhook that because we no longer need that, and I'm going to add this red one to that starter. The positive on the starter there, which is where the battery's hooked to. So I'm going to put this phone down so as to preclude any further sparkage. And then what I'm going to do then is snake this green wire around to the other side. And we're going to pop that into this ground bolt. We're going to keep using that ground bolt, and everything should fit nicely, and we'll see how that goes. Hey, we're back. I wanted to show you that regulator install. There it is. Wow, does this guy like zip ties or what? Well, I hate to say it, but I don't like to get too permanent until I'm sure it's permanent. But I did just as I threatened. I put my ground from there, my green, onto the ground, and I put the red from the regulator up to the positive terminal on the starter solenoid. I did take off that red wire I told you about, but sure enough I had to put it back on because that was having to do with starting this coil. So that was the other wire to start this coil, so it not only charged, but it also was necessary for that. So put that back on. And Bob's your uncle. I double checked my battery and it's still still showing fully charged. So when I ran this regulator, when I ran the engine, I was only getting about 1 amp, but I'm pretty sure that's because my battery's already charged up. And this thing isn't going to keep putting out, 3 amps when it doesn't need it. I think that's the way it worked. Correct me if I'm wrong. But I'm going to go with that right now. If nothing else, it does put out more juice. Those 2 coils inside put out more juice than the 1 coil did. So we're going to go from there and go ahead and somehow hook up my LED light here. So I'll get back with you.